Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another episode of Vlogs with Boilon Friday. Let's see what we have in store for today's vlog. We're also going to be covering a couple of the recent data mines that might be relevant for the next coming week or so. Some few funny gags in there that I want to share with you guys. So we'll see what we have to talk about today. So if you're ready to go for this bumpy ride, well, I don't know why I said that. Maybe bumpy ride. We'll see, right? It's Marvel Strike Force. Let's boil this down. Okay, so today we have Gorr the God Butcher in the background, which means that his offer is probably on his way. We'll see how that impacts, of course, the ongoing arena payout for the Gladiator Orbs. We have the Weekend Arena Warriors. This is basically replacing what Mercs for Money was on Blitz, except now we're having to use the Annihilators in Arena on the weekend. And I want to see if they have like a chart as far as like the expectations, because I'm just going to show this really briefly. But you know, from the data mines, we had learned that you have to battle in Arena with Silver Surfer, Ultimus, and then Gladiator, and then bonus points for 5, 6, 7 yellow. You know, like nobody's running Surfer, maybe Ultimus, because I have used him from time to time, and it's okay. But I mean, we got to really check this out. We do have Diamond Claws, which is going to be on Monday, is going to be a battling Crucible with Illuminati characters and use power cores. I'm pretty sure it is also a campaign energy spending event. At least that's what it was indicated in the data mines. I've been saving and hoarding my campaign energy. So as you can see here, I have about 3,300 as of today. So I would be really surprised if it's not. I think it's a little bit of both. But we'll see, because that seems pretty plain otherwise. We also have the ISO 8 Alliance milestone. No surprise there, because they always run these things on the back of a event that actually uses those energies, like we are right now with the Quantum Disco event. Ares Battle Pass version 2 is coming out on Monday, of course. So if you haven't, I guess, like if you bought the first one paid, you would be able to unlock Ares. Otherwise, free to play, I believe you have to wait until the third Battle Pass before you get them free to play. And then the final week of the pool party is coming in next week, which I think is going to be alongside some frames, avatar icon frames, things like that, and some other things. We have a Sunfire Blitz, woo! And August the 14th, which is Wednesday, is going to be Gorr's initial offer release with the Gorr's Hunt milestone. Now, we know how we feel about this Gladiator thing, and it literally just came out, like, on Tuesday. So, are we going to get both orbs simultaneously in the arena? Like, I don't know what's going on. Also, I've had okay luck. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, actually, where you're kind of sitting at with Gladiator right now. Try to refrain from giving me all your 100 shard jackpots, because I know that there's going to be some people out there who's done that. But you know, as far as average drops go, this isn't terrible. The estimated value of an orb is actually 0.5 shards. So if you open 10 orbs or 8 orbs and you get more than 4 to 5, you're doing well per day. But I don't know how this is going to change, and maybe this will be in the further blog. We have a Blitz with Black Order, Quick Rumble, and then we have the Illuminati to bumps in the Elite Store. I wasn't sure if this was going to happen. So that's interesting, because you're going to need those characters for the legendary events at 5-star, right? So what I probably would recommend, though, is eventually Annihilators is probably going to be into the bumps before that legendary event. So it's a very low odds, but at least the bumps also does mean the Ultimus store. So believe it or not, the Ultimus store is actually a pretty decent way to get shards. I know it's quite rare. However, you can actually find them in here for 5 shards for 9,000. If you're super gambly, you could also go into the Ultimus orbs and pull those, because each time you pull them, you get 6 shards. The easiest way, I think, to farm Ultimus credits would be if you have a whole stock load of raid credits. You can actually go and open raid orbs, and the payout, the conversion is okay. If you have nothing else to use your raid credits on. You could do the same with Blitz credits as well, but I think that you're probably, endgame veterans are probably going to have more raid credits sitting around, but that's just some of my thoughts there. Let's get back to the blog. Gorr's Reign. Okay, I'm gonna skip through most of this. I'm just looking for decent details. We have the God Butcher Orb, so he does have a 675 core orb. Special deals when you unlock him, blah, 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 blah. Normal red stars. He's going to counter the shit out of Old Man Logan in Arena. So, once you have him and Gladiator, it's going to be good game there. Gorr's Hunt. The arrival of Gorr's means that the Gorr Annihilator Orb is replacing Gladiator in the Arena Orb, in the Arena Rewards, in the Gorr's Hunt milestone. So, this is insane because this event, this milestone lasts for like a shit ton of time. So I guess like it's only 1 week of the orbs for that character, and then it's going to flip to the next character, but the milestone's still going to be there for like 30 days. So I guess they're giving, I don't know, they're giving some of them on the weekend, I guess, with this special event. It's really confusing. Like, they're not really giving you much time, I suppose, to open these per character, but the Gorr Annihilator Orb will also contain Gladiator shards. It's just, I don't know, like, why the milestone was designed to be, like, I guess if you're buying specifically the Gladiator Orbs, I don't know, it's just confusing to me. Let's talk about the Weekend Arena Warriors, though. Feed your Annihilators with more shards and cut down Gladiator's Expedition milestones by throwing your weight around. Earn points by... So I already explained this. And you're also earning Arena credits. So your payout does actually matter. Even though the top 10 is the same for Power Cores, it is different for Arena credits. But there is no table. So I can't tell you how much we're getting or what the expectation is here. If it's worth doing a separate video, I may do so, just so people have an idea for every weekend going forward. It's probably, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not, because I realized that the one tomorrow gives bonus points for using Gladiator, but not for using Gorr. So the following weekend must have points for Gorr, or as they go along. So I don't know. This is super weird. And it's also not here, I don't believe, in... Is it, actually? Mercenary, no. I was going to say, it's not in the events table, the events window in advance for us to look at. I don't see it popping up here at 2 p.m. So unless it shows up later, which it might, actually, but don't see anything just now. Dive into the pool party. We have, again, the hot pool Deadpool costume is going to be available, I think, on that week 4, which is the final chapter, to get some extra rewards there. And of course, there is going to be some, like, a small amount of red gear, and I think like 2 uniques, depending on which one that is. The Friday free claim for Hank Pym is going to include 500 Quantum Hank or fragments. So that's important because people were asking how to fulfill the free claims final orb, and that's going to be, I guess, on Sunday. When you get the free claim on Sunday, you're going to like finish that Quantum Hank orb to open for the points. Disco Balls, 5 Hank Pym shards, and that. So let's take a look at Diamond Claws. Okay, so score battle. Oh, yeah, okay, so they fucked up at the top, as they always do, because this isn't the first time. Battling Cosmic Crucible, expend campaign energy, use power cores, and collect Midnight Coalition orbs. I don't remember exactly what that is. I think that might be in the web milestone. Compete for diamonds for Old Man Logan, which like only the top 1,000 are going to get anyways. But hey, let's open this up and give it a shot. So let's go into full screen mode. And we have Battling Cosmic Crucible 18 times. So that's 6 per round. And spending campaign energy of 1-to-2 ratio here. And 5-to-1 on power cores, which is interesting. So let's take a look on the right-hand side. As always, we have radioactive treats, which is interesting. And there might be... Is there class orbs? There isn't. At least in this, but there's a leaderboard, I'm pretty sure. So we'll take a look at that anyways. This is the event item here, the DJ Deadpool mixtape. So we might be able to go a few milestones after that if you've been hoarding campaign energy. Also, there's 2 mega gold orbs right there, which isn't too bad there, and that should be viable. So it looks like milestone 12 is the event item, and then 14, so it's about 10,000 or so milestone points apart. So the campaign energy, depending on how much you've hoarded, might help about, honestly, only like an extra 1 milestone, which is a little bit disappointing, to be honest. However, 5-to-1 on power cores is also quite a bit, because if you spend like 2,000 power cores, that's an extra 10,000 points there. So we'll have to work out the math on Sunday to see what's reasonable and what kind of expectations you could have. My guess is it could be somewhere around milestone 15, my hoping, with hoarding. Usually hoarding you can do a little bit better, so this one's a little bit surprising. Let's check out some of the other tables. There's going to be the leaderboard there, no surprise. Top 1,000 for diamonds for Logan, not surprising there at all. However, there is going to be some treats, but it's a lot less than the honeymoon stage of the first event. So if you notice here, there is a breakdown 1,000 to 20, top 2,500, top 5K, top 7,500, top 10K. But the amount of radioactive treats that you get is a lot less, I think, than what I was getting in the first one. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it is. I scored top 5,000 in the last event, and I'm pretty sure I got more than 300,000 treats and 550,000 ions. This would be top 5K in this line here. So that's just my thoughts. Either way, I mean, it's still a fair bit, and I'm not going to obviously say no about it. And you do want to do as best as possible. So even though the campaign energy is only 2 to 1, you still really want to push this, right? Because that and power core, I mean, these are the free to play inputs, right? So if you're spending power cores, you're also getting more points as well. So there is some sort of double or triple dipping, if you will, for doing this. If you want to do say 400 cores daily, at least you're going to get the points from the power core spending as well for this. If you do want to spend your power cores on Gorr orbs, you're also going to double dip for this as well. So there's plenty of ways you can get extra bonus points for this, and scoring well is obviously going to be good for doing the leaderboard. That's going to be really important there as well. So let's jump on back to the blog if there's anything else left. The web milestone, not going to really bring this up. 3,100 points, spending incursion energy and battling in blitz. It's not winning in blitz, thankfully, so I don't think this is going to be very hard. It's a 7-day event. That to me actually is very low. What is that? 310 blitz battles? That seems too easy. You could do this in like 1 day of like 6 rotations. That seems too easy to me. You don't even need to use your incursion energy. But I'll add this all up for Sunday's math video as well. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for when those videos go out. We have the Alliance event for ISO 8 energy spending. No purple ISO stuff in here that I see. Just some gold, disco balls, that kind of thing in there. Not going to really open up that one. And we have the quick rumble. Not going to bother opening that up either. However, there is some T4s in there. There's 100 T4s in that last milestone there. Jarvis recommended orb. This is just their new revamp to the legacy orbs. I'm not going to bother too much here. You've probably seen that on the last blog. So very quickly, there's a few things that I wanted to bring up from the data mines. I thought this one was funny. Churn prevention. So this was in the data mines. Something about a 14-day gift is ready, and that you're going to get rewards. Could be a login calendar. Churn prevention, for those of you who don't know, churning is like when they're losing customers and things like that. So the fact that they coded it as churn prevention is pretty funny, because they're basically finding ways to give rewards to, I don't know, inactive players or people who come back or something like that. Probably not us, though. So I'm not sure who qualifies for these ones. Also, it looks like they're bringing back the Spider Society showcase for noobs. So it says, Commander, now that you've unlocked the first Spider Society member, give the team a test drive in loose threads for rewards. I did find this, like a second version of this in the data mine, suggesting, maybe this is permanent, actually. Like once you unlock the first Spider Society character, the showcase or whatever is there for a while, maybe not permanently, but at least so that you can run it again. So that's interesting, and actually would be very friendly for new players. That's just what my thoughts are there. Jarvis at your service delivering support. It seems like they might be giving, or this is just talking about the orbs. Maybe it's just an inbox for it. There is one called regularity. This showed up, and this was supposed to be alongside the churn prevention. Rewarded for doing daily in-game stuff. It also suggests a milestone, actually, for getting your login streak back, which is really interesting. We're going to skip the Gorr's Hunt things because we just covered that as well. And down at the bottom here, you can see live streak surge. So you've lost your login streak and missed a day in Marvel Strike Force. The question is, how are you going to fix it? You can fix it with our all-new Streak Surge event. Complete this event to restore your login streak today. So that's interesting, right? And I wonder if this is going to happen, if this is going to trigger every time you lose the login streak, or if it's just every so often. I think it might be related to this regularity, where you're just doing basic in-game stuff. But by doing so, will allow you to reward your login streak back, because this does matter, and a lot of people have been frustrated with this when you go on holidays, or you just go away from the game, or even you just forget to log in for a day and your streak is broken, you can't raid sim, and you can't do any of that stuff. So I understand the frustration. This happened to me when I was on holidays, actually, a few months ago, or back in May, and my alt account, I guess I just forgot to log in, and then I couldn't raid sim for a week, and it was a big giant pain in the ass. So that's good. At least they're adding some quality of life features that people have been thinking about. So that's going to be the end of this Blogs with Boilon Friday. Remember that everything that you see in the blogs are what? Subject to change. You never know when things are going to change. So that's going to be the end of this video. Keep an eye out for videos coming along the weekend, and also, of course, the math video for Sunday morning, that's usual every single week. So that's going to be it for now, everyone. And until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out. Have a great weekend.